shipping it all night long. Ship it like a Polaroid picture. Yeah! Objection! Hello everybody, I'm MasterCode, your ace analyst, and today we'll be taking a look at issue number 94 of the main IDW series, or Season 10, Episode 6. With the completion of the first adventure arc in the Phaeacian Coast, it's back to slice-of-life fun in Canterlot with the first festival of the two sisters since their retirement. To start off, we get to see some classic Twi anxiety attacks, which is always fun, but still comes off as natural to her character even at this point. With each new major development for the Princess of Friendship, she's had to go through numerous struggles to get a grasp on the various stages of her life, like being a mentor to Starlight and now being the eventual ruler of all Equestria. With each new evolution of her role, she carries what knowledge she's accrued over the years and can apply said knowledge to a situation that needs rectified. Twilight's still a worrywart at times, but because she's new to this stage, it feels organic to fall back on her old anxiety ways. She does show how much she's grown, as with this festival, she has the forethought to organize the baseline of this festival, but she's not an expert, thus she's able to admit her shortcomings and wisely delegates the expertise to some pony who's skilled at such a thing. The writers have done a good job at balancing out her character in this so that her personality is still recognizable as the Twilight we all know and love, being the adorable bookworm, anxiety-prone, yet sage leader, making her interesting and relatable to the reader. Twilight and Pinkie also play well off each other. Again, Twilight knows her strengths and weaknesses, making the smart decision to have Pinkie take charge and how best to plan a celebration. In these scenes, Twilight may not be saying much, but as you can see, she's observing Pinkie's plans and giving her quiet approval. We saw this in the last problem when Twilight was listening to Luster Dawn's speech about having friends being pointless. She never said that her student was wrong and let her tell her problems without any judgment whatsoever. Absorbing this information, she was able to help guide Luster. Here, she listens to Pinkie's plans, absorbs the issues, and makes the logical decision to recruit Cheese Sandwich to help. She's already seen how well the two work together to make an awesome celebration for a Rainbow Dash, so it makes sense to implement such help again. Cheese Sandwich arrives and wow, the dude literally just got off the train and already they're in the awkward shy love phase. And pretty much that is the best way to describe the rest of this comic, is that it's so freaking adorable! The two are just going around town, sharing amazing and wacky ideas to make the festival even more awesome, all the while being awkward and cute around each other, neither one of them willing to say their true feelings. The dialogue between the two is fun, but the comic also allows for moments to be real with each other, which makes the comic much more endearing seeing them express their passion. Their jobs, I mean. But at least it doesn't get too awkward. I mean, I can't imagine... Oh my. Anyway, a pivotal moment of this comic is Pinkie having an internal monologue with her reflection about her confessing her feelings. We know that making ponies smile is what makes Pinkie's life worthwhile, but here we see that Cheese is also another major part of her life. The two work so well off each other as we've seen in the past, and she was able to instill invigoration to the burned out artist who lost his way. She's formed a kinship with him unique to anything she's had with any of her other friends, and her anxiety feels realistic as this is a new step in her life's journey, much like Twilight's struggles. She's never experienced such feelings before, and thus she's nervous about messing it up. It's a conundrum that can't be overcome with just throwing a party at it or making a joke. Sure, it's how they connect, but they still have to have a real conversation about it. We know how blunt Pinkie can be, so confronting Cheese and dropping all of her bubbly personality isn't easy. It's a problem that any pony engaging in a relationship can relate to. Speaking of relationships, Discord and Fluttershy! Though the two aren't in this comic much, it is interesting to see how Discord is adapting to the domestic lifestyle. He's got all the power in the world, yet now lives a relatively normal and mediocre life in his eyes. Like every pony else in this comic, Discord is entering a new stage of his life, and with it a new set of problems. Where once there were evildoers and creatures to combat, now in this peaceful world, he doesn't know what to do with all this pent-up chaos magic. This scene is not only funny seeing Fluttershy keep him under control, but also shows a little development for him. I like that despite his apprehension to keep his magic under control, like the act of using it to magically create a sign, he takes up the act of painting, which is mundane to him, but slowly begins to find joy in it. This little development shows that not only can he take joy in simple things, but doesn't need to rely on his magic for everything and can train himself to learn a new skill. The comic ends with a strange phenomena of silence silence with no pony or objects making any sort of noise. We'll see how this wraps up in the next issue, but before we go, let's quickly discuss the art with the team of Quisisto and Bareckle. I always love the amount of detail Quisisto puts in the line work. Like, look at the curves and the body of the structure of the Royal Sisters ice block. It's highly detailed and beautiful. The designs of every pony is near show accurate, creating its own style, feeling different but not a far cry from the show's flash design. The colors in every pony in the backgrounds are vibrant, and the backgrounds themselves have a great amount of detail to them. Just look at those buildings. And once again, because I'm extremely immature and Quisisto is the artist, it's time once again for the plot counter. But in all seriousness, this is a simple but fun comic. It's cute, it's got funny dialogue, appealing art, and a set up a weird but interesting ending. And in the next comic, we'll see how that wraps up. Well, that's it for today, guys. Until next time, and see ya!